speaking, if we don't intend to ask questions, we should kindly put ourselves on mute. So again, good morning, everyone. And I'd like to welcome everybody to today's LASU CBT 18 free webinar on Microsoft Excel Masterclass. And the topic that we're going to be treating today is how to create a tactical and strategic report in Microsoft Excel. And we have Ayodeji Folarin with us today to walk us through today's topic. So good morning, Deji.
Yeah, good morning, Kazim. How are you?
Very well, Deji. So you're very much welcome, Deji. So it's over to you now, Deji.
Okay.
Blow us away, yeah.
So good morning. I will really need us to do one or two things now. So Kazim, yeah, it's nice seeing your face. So how are you doing? Okay, so today we'll be looking at Excel, but I hope we can all use the meeting charts. So I will need you to do me a favor. When we talk about Excel Masterclass, we want to look at reporting. Let us build up some beautiful reports. And when we are going to look at reporting today, we'll be talking about operational reports, tactical reports, and strategic reports. And if time permits us, we'll go into reconciliation. We're going to do reconciliation, and we're going to do some powerful visuals. But everything we'll be using will be Microsoft Excel inside out. So let me fly my screen. Okay, share my screen. Great. I hope you cannot see my screen now.
Yes, the screen is visible, Deji.
Okay, great. So we're actually looking at today is actually a free day. So the full training is 2 days training. Today's training is just about an hour plus. So it depends on the interaction we have. And my name is Ayodeji Folarin. Now, when I talk about who is Ayodeji Folarin, so I'm a Microsoft most valuable professional on data platform. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer, and I enjoy using Excel a lot. So I started using Super Calculator to Lotus 23 to Koto Pro to Microsoft Excel inside out. And around Excel, I've trained well over 20,000 participants. And I have lots of certification around Office, SQL Server, web, and desktop application development. So I'm a project manager, a system and a business analyst, and I enjoy doing what we call data warehousing, business, BI. I'm a BI consultant. So that is all about Ayodeji Folarin. So you can, those are my handles, LinkedIn, Ayodeji Folarin, Deji Folarin, Twitter, Deji_Folarin, Twitter, dejifolarin.com website. Now let's go into the topic. So today we'll be looking at 3 major areas. Let's talk about reporting. Let's look at visualization, and let's talk about reconciliation. This is just 3 out of about 18 different topics that we have put together for the full training. And I really want us to enjoy this free section, ask all the questions you feel you want to ask, and during the full training, we're going to meet for a bigger show. So when we talk about business reporting, what are we talking about? So business data reporting, basically, we are talking about a process of organizing data into charts, and tables in order to track performance for your business. I have a business. I want to track performance concerning this business, and I really need beautiful interface. I need a wonderful chart, and apart from that, I want to come up with tables. I want to come up with a report that can quickly help me take immediate decision. So let me just leave the PowerPoint screen and go straight into my Excel screen. Okay. I strongly believe my screen is still visible.
Yes, very much so, Deji.
Okay. So let me launch. I have two demo files I intend using today. Okay, this is one of them. Let me see the second one. This is another one. Why do I have more than? Okay, let me just close one or two. Don't bother to save this. Okay, for this, I'm not using this today. Don't bother. Let me leave this. Let me just work with these two files. Okay, so please, if you have question as we move on, feel free to drop it in the chat. Kazim is there. Kazim will interrupt and read out the question for us to attend to. And I want us to quickly take a look at what I have on my screen now. I love using this data file a lot, and I love playing with this file. So this is a sample data file that has lots of rows and columns. So this transaction is massive. Let me say about 15,000 if I'm not making mistake. Yes, 15,000 transactions that we have here. And the transaction is having several columns. As you can see, we have our order ID, order date, unit cost, price, order quantity, cost, sales, profit, the channel, the name of a promotion, and so on and so forth. So we have the state, we have the zone, we have all these detail on this transaction. That is one. And I have another transaction. This is massive. So let's see. We have a table for budgets. We have a table showing us this is the budget for different branches. We have budgets for years and the amount, the budget amount. Let me just make it standard so that we can all see. So for this particular branch for this year, this is the total budget given to them. And we have the list of all our staff with their staff ID, with the staff details. We have them there. We have another list here for our clients. The client ID, I have them here, another detail. This is now our sales table. This particular client, through this particular staff, bought this particular product at this unit price, and the quantity is this. What is the total amount, and so on. Now, most of us, we have lists like this that will pull out from maybe our ERP in the organization, or for the small organization that don't have ERP, that they use Excel to capture their detail. Now, there are lot of reports we can pull out from this. How do we pull out these reports? With ease. That is one of the things we're going to look at. And not just pulling out the report, how we can visualize that report. That is two. And number three, if there is need to do reconciliation between two lists, maybe a list from the bank, that's our bank statement, and another list coming from the office. So how can we do our reconciliation without stress? So those are the things we'll be looking at today. Let me start with this very first one. If you should give a critical look at these data sets, There are lots and lots of reports I can pull out from these data sets. Number one report I can pull out. Sorry, if you are not in speaking at the moment, please, you can just mute your mic so that we can flow with ease. Thank you. Okay, now back to what we have on the screen. I want to quickly pull up one or two reports based on what we have here. The very first report that might be of interest to me is, can I see the list? I mean, the total profit realized from each of my channel. That is a report I would like to pull out. Or I might be interested in the report based on states. I saw states somewhere. Based on states, can I see the report from each state or from each zone? Which zone is really giving us profit or where we have most of our sales? And let me see the quantity sold based on products. Each of the products we have. Can I see the top 10 moving products or the top 10 moving products subcategory, product category, or the product name, the manufacturer, the product name? There are lots and lots of reports that can come out from this particular spreadsheet. So let's get started. To pull up any report from my work, I always recommend, if your data set is not in table format, please make it into table format. The advantage is much. How do you convert your work to table? Select, stay within your work and press Ctrl A. Ctrl A will highlight your work for you. And once you are done, you can just come to under Home. You will see Format as Table. Pick any of these formats. It will convert that work to table. If you don't want to do that, you can just say Ctrl T. Ctrl T is the shortcut for table. Ctrl T. So, but my work is already in a table format, so I don't need to make it as table. So if you have a question around table, why table, let me know. But I strongly believe this is not a basic class, so let's move on. But if you want me to talk about it, please drop it in the chat. I can quickly go back and explain detail around table and data range. So back to this. This work is in form of a table, and I want to pull up a report. Microsoft has given us a wonderful tool under Insert. Once your work is a table, just make sure you stay anywhere within the table. You don't even need to highlight. Stay anywhere within the table. Once you do that, come to Insert. Under Insert, you will see recommended pivot table. If you don't even have idea about the report you want to produce, just come straight and click on recommended pivot table. Once you do that, can you see what Excel has done for me? It has given me a report showing me all my states against the profit realized from each state. Another type of report that can come out. Sorry, I can hear echo there.
Okay, I think it's from Linda, but you can go ahead now. You can go ahead now, Deji.
Okay. Now, so look at another report based on the city. It's giving me the profit from each city. It's even telling the city is giving me there's another report that is coming up there. There are lots and lots of suggestions for me. So if I don't even have a clue on the type of report I want to build, this is a perfect tool. Just come to recommended report, and before you know it, it will pull up the report for you. Can you see, based on different categories, different channels, it's already telling me the profits realized from each of the channel. These are wonderful ways to pull up reports. So if you run out of ideas, always use your recommended pivot table. If you are using old version of Excel, you may not see recommended pivot table, no problem, but you will see pivot table. That's what you're going to use now. So I'm not going to use recommended pivot table, definitely. So I've taken that out. Now let's go with our pivot table. Once I hit pivot table, it will tell me, select the range. I don't have problem. He already know the range I'm working with. He has done that range for me. And I want to put that report on a new worksheet. If I have a sheet prepared for my report, I will just say existing worksheet and I will select the location from the worksheet. So for now, let me just go with a new worksheet, and I will say I'm okay with this. Immediately, it pull up the screen for me. I said I want to see my channel. Once I hit channel, under the rows, I can see in each row all the channels I have on my data set, they are represented. Let me come back to sales. Where is the channel column? Let me drop down the filter button. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are just 4 channels. And those 4 channels, they are already represented on my work here, on the row. Against the channel, let me see the profit realized. Once I tick profit, by default, it has taken to value. And it's telling me, I have summed for you the profit against each of the channel. Against each of the channel, this is my profit. All I need to do, I don't need to highlight, just right click on one of them and say number format. Number format, can you help me format this as currency? Put Naira in front of it. I'm okay. This is nice arrangement. Now, from what I have here, I can see clearly that we make most of our money from store. Apart from store, we also make good money, followed by online, followed by reseller, finally by catalog. Now, this is a nice report telling me how our sales is flying as far as this table is concerned. Now, I might still need one more column. I don't just want the profit, I also want the sales to be included. Can you see profit, some of the profit and some of the sales? What if I want the sales to come before the profit? No problem. I can rearrange it from here. Just bring the sales before the profit. As you can see, I also want the sales to carry the currency, number format, currency. Go with that same Naira format. Good. Now, this is my sales. This is my profits. So this is a nice report that is ready to fly. I can give the management this report, telling them that the total sales is 55 million and this is sales as recorded. Now, as we have the report here, this is an example of operational reports. What happened on daily basis, detailed reports. And I've been able to summarize this report using pivot table. Now, this type of report is good, but if I want to give this report to strategic staff in an organization, I will not talk in Naira, rather I will talk in percentage. So instead of telling them that the total sales we made throughout the period is 55,391,755 Naira 79 kobo, I don't need that. All I need to do is to talk in percentage. I will right click on one of the figures there and I will say, please, can you show me this value as a percent of the grand total? Take it as a percent of the grand total. Now, this has been reported in percentage. Let me zoom closer for us to see. I hope we can see the screen. Now, so with what I have here, total sales is 100% and store is contributing 57% of our total sales, while online is giving us 20% of the revenue, so followed by reseller and finally catalog. I would rather talk in percentage when talking to strategic staff. So please, we should understand the way to prepare these reports and how to deliver our reports. I don't like this heading at all. I can actually work on the heading to make it much more presentable. This is talking about sales channel. Why this is talking about total sales. Oh, no, percentage sales. Percentage sales. This is our total profits. Now, this is a nice report that I can give out to the management, and they will sincerely appreciate what I've put together here. Now, let us look at other interesting parts of those reports. This is just one of the reports, and the report is on sheet 1. I don't like that name sheet 1. Rather, let me call it my reports, my dashboard or tactical report. Let me just say report. Good. Now, I want another report on this same screen. I will go back to my sales. Say, sales, please give me another report. Insert for me another report. This report should not just go to a new worksheet, but go to an existing worksheet where I will click on this anchor, come back here. I want the report to stay just, let it stay under, right under this. Come back here and say, I'm okay. Now, which type of report did I want? I want to see all the states. It has pulled out all the states against the sales. Where is sales here? Against the sales. And this is a nice report. But I don't want to see all the sales. I only want to see the top 10. So, back to my report. Instead of giving me all the sales from the states, just give me the top 10 or top 5 states. I can drop this down. From here, all I need to do, I want to filter. I'm filtering by saying what? Top 10. No, just give me top 5. Let me see my top 5 performing states. Top 5 items based on what? Sum of the sales. Go ahead. These are the top 5 states that is really helping my sales. So let me right click, format as number again. I'm going with number. No, let me go with currency because I love that Naira sign. Good. So these are the top 5 states, and the top 5 states, they are contributing a total sales of 32 million. Now we can see this performance immediately, and we can see the ones that is doing very well. I can equally say, no, I also want you to sort for me. So all I need to do is just to right click, and I will go to sort for me from largest to smallest. No, did I select smallest? No. Sort again from largest to smallest. Great. Ebonyi State is doing very, very well, followed by Kwara, followed by Delta, followed by Edo, and finally Nasarawa. These are my top 5 states. So I don't like this name. Rather, I will say top 5 states by sales value or revenue. Great. Now I've pulled out 2 different reports, and this report I can quickly see what I have done. So that is number 2. Still on this report, please, management in organization today, they don't need that 20 pages, 200 pages report you prepare. What they want to see is a single page report, which is called dashboard reports. Stylishly, we are building a dashboard report. I have reported my channel against the performance. I have seen the performance in the top 5 states. I can go on and on to build more reports. But this type of reports is a table. Management prefer to relate with what? With graph. I hope I'm not making noise here. I hope it's not my system. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, so let me move on. Okay, now I would like to build maybe one more report, but this time I don't want the report to come like a table. I want that report to come like a charts for better visual. Now, what will I do? Back to my insert. This time, I will not go to table. I will go to pivot charts. Please give me a pivot chart. Where do you want it? It's just like pivot table. I want the same report on this report sheet. Let me put it just beside this. I want the report here, and I'll click on what? Okay. Oh, sorry. My reports, pivot charts again. I want the report on an existing sheet. I will select and go to that same place. I want the report position here. I will say, okay. Now, what am I trying to see? Let me see based on promotion name. We have different promotion. Promotion name against sales. Let me see my promotion name against sales. This is a nice report, but I don't like this type of visual. It's eating up too much space. So let me change the visual to another type of visual. That is one. Number two, I don't like this heading. I can take out the heading so that I can have enough space to work with. So I don't like this. Don't stay there. Hide all field button on my charts. Hide all of them. Hide all. Good. So I think this report is great. So with what I have here, I can go ahead and quickly do one more thing. I want it here. I can decide to change the type of graph. I want it to be a column, no, a bar chart. Good. I'm okay with my bar chart. So this is good. Now I have 3 reports now. This is telling me based on promotion. This other one is telling me based my top 10 states. Why this upper one is telling me what I'm doing as far as, what was this called? Profit based on all my channels. I can go on and on to build all my reports on a single screen. So once I'm done with this, the next thing I need to do is to make this report interactive so that at least the management can interact with that report, not just draw a report and throw it at the management. This report to me is still static. So I want to slice, dice this particular report, give it different dimension. So what will I do? So I will come back to this report. One of the reports, I will stay on one of the reports. I can stay on this one, for example. Once I stay on one of the reports, I will instruct under analyze. But if you are using old version of Excel, then you will not see analyze, rather you will see option. Under analyze, I will go to insert slicer. Where is that? I can insert a slicer, use a slicer to slice this work, or insert a timeline. If I want to slice it based on time series analysis, use time series analysis, then I would rather go with what? Timeline. So let's go with timeline. It's going to show me all the things that have to do with time, date on my work. The only one that has to do with dates or time on my work is other dates. I will say go ahead with other dates. It's suggesting other dates month by month. No, I don't want monthly report. I want it as yearly report. So this is a nice slicer on my work. By the time I come to this work and I say, please, can I see what happened in 2011? Once I hit 2011, immediately on my screen, I will see what 2011 is like. So from what I have here, this is the total profit we made in 2011, and this is total revenue in 2011 for the top 5 states. But no. Can you see that this part is not changing? This upper part is changing. Let's try this. 2012. For 2012, it's still 32 million naira revenue from these top 5 states. Now, what will I do? I need to let Excel know something, that this particular slicer that I've done is not only for this report, because when I was inserting this slicer or the timeline, I was on this particular report. Now I'll come back to my slicer and say, please, slicer, under the option, I want to connect to other reports. Can you see report connections here? If I click on report connection, don't talk to the first report. Also talk to the second report, which is this, and talk to the third report, which is this. Make sure you are interacting with the three reports. I will now say okay. Now, this is a nice work that I can easily pull out my report. Let me see where this can stay. I want this to stay somewhere and not hit up too much space on my work. Okay, good. So with what I have here, this is a nice dashboard report. Somebody might be interested in what happened in 2013. Once it hits 2013, it's already telling me this is my performance as far as 2013 is concerned. What of 2014? 2014, can you see that is affecting all the report on this screen? So in 2011, we only ran 3 promotion, and this is a profit we realized. This is a revenue from the top 5 states, and so on and so forth. So with this, we can easily come up with a nice report. So I've been able to pull up reports based on my data sets, and this report is interactive. And the beautiful part here is once new information is added at the bottom of this, if you add more transactions here, automatically I want the transaction to come up here. I can also equally tell Excel to make sure that, look, as they add any new transaction there, make sure you have my list refreshed. So back to my analyze, or okay, I can even do that under data. Where is data? Good. Under data, refresh all. If I don't want to come here and manually click on refresh all the time, I can work on the refresh option under data. Under data, refresh. I want to work on the queries and my connections. I want to work on the property. The data set is coming just from one particular data source, not in my model. So let me work on the property. Under the property, I can work on the refresh option. So my refresh option, why are you not enabled here? Okay, so under the refresh option, I will just instruct it, refresh every so minutes. So once the period, if you say every 30 minutes, at 30-minute interval, it refreshes, and the latest information from your database will automatically come up on your report without even clicking on refresh. So this is a nice tool you can work with within our Excel screen. So far so good. Let me quickly ask, if you have any question, we can raise our hands. If you have questions, please let's raise our hands or drop it in the chat box. So any question? Any question? Feel free, let's interact. You can raise your hand or drop it in the chat box, in the meeting chat. Let me be sure we are all good to go. Okay, so if there's no question, let me go back to my screen. So far so good. I've been able to prepare my reports, and I can do lots and lots around building the report. I don't want to spend too much time on reports. Okay, let me go back to insert. What else can I insert? I can insert map in my work. Give me a map.
Hello, sir.
Hello, yes?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, sir, is there a way we can insert something like a trend looking at year by year analysis in such a way that when we click on the slide side, it shows the trend of the sales, like in this table you are presenting.
Okay, that's a nice one. So if you want to work on trend, you can actually pull up trend from that same report. When you talk about trend majorly is talking about time series. So from our transaction here, I can see a date here. So all I need to do, I can plot a graph. Let me just use a normal graph. Where is the chart here? We are all used to normal graph. I can plot a normal graph. So I can use a line chart. Give me a line chart. So this line chart should plot the date against maybe profit or sales. This is taking time. Oh, 15,000 transaction with normal graph. So that would be tough. I would have used pivots. Okay. So as it's doing this,
all right, did you? While we wait, yes, while we wait for that to load, there are a few questions here. Can you hear me, Deji?
Hello. Sorry.
Yes. Hello, Deji. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Very well then, Kazim. So while we're waiting for the graph to load, there are a few questions here. Somebody wants to know why they can't find it in the Excel 2019. That's analyzed now. The person that Abraham couldn't find analyze, but is using Excel 2019.
Good. Now you will not find analyze until you have your chart working. A good example, look at my screen presently. On my screen now, why is my screen loading? Please help me. Okay, let me just come out another screen. Oh, it's loading up on my screen. So please, if you're not on your table, on your normal data set, if you are on it, you will not see analyze. Unless you've done a pivot table or a pivot chart. If you have pivot table and pivot chart, make sure you are clicking on the table or the chart. If you are not on the table or the chart, then you will not see analyze now. You will not see analyze at the top. Are we together? So you have to be on a pivot table or a pivot chart for those conceptual menu to come up. The menu will not come up just like that. So they come up based on the content you are working with. So that is that. Any other question, please?
Yes, I have a question, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning.
Yes, I have a question. Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I missed the first 10 minutes, and I think it was a continuation of that. So, like how to connect Excel to your probably access or maybe your database or so. But my question is, how accessible is the record after them?
No, how accessible is what?
Is the recording of the webinar after the training?
Okay, Kazim will
how accessible?
All right, I'll quickly respond to that. Yes, we run this webinar from time to time. We have some free webinars that we run from time to time, and we do have a YouTube channel. So just I will give me just a little bit now. I will post the YouTube channel in the chat box, so you can just subscribe to the YouTube channel. So anytime we have information up on the channel, you will get them. And I also want to just quickly ask Deji, this webinar is just to whet people's appetite a little bit about the masterclass that we have coming up next week. So maybe while we're still waiting for it to load, can you, tell the people what to expect now in the masterclass for next week?
Okay, great. So number one, this is just a webinar. It's free. It's just parts of the masterclass. So by next week, thereabouts, we are planning to run a full 2 days training on Microsoft Excel. It's a master class. For those of you that want to take Excel to the next level, then join that class, and Kazim is going to give us the breakdown concerning the payments for that class. So, and the class is, apart from the content we have prepared for the class, is a class that is going to solve any form of Excel challenges you may have. So it's going to be 100% hands-on, 2 full days. So as we are doing it, you are doing your section, we give you assignment, and after that 2 days, we will still continue to support you for a period in case you have challenges in the project work we are going to give to you. It's a full loaded section, and part of the things we want to do before the section, for those that have been interested in that session, Kazim will share a link with you. Don't just come and attend the section. Drop all necessary questions, all the challenges you have around Excel. Fill that form and put those questions there, because I want to be sure that that training will meet your need in the organization almost immediately. So Kazim, back to you.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, my name is Shweton. Actually, I want to ask: is it going to be free, or we have to pay some? Then number two, if we have to pay, or even if it's free, are we going to have something like a certificate of attendance that can boost? Give us an upper edge in our organization. That's just my question.
Definitely.
Okay, very well. Yes, if I can quickly respond to that, I think because of time, we should allow Deji proceed. But after Deji's session now, we can try to hold on for just a little bit. I believe Oiza is on the call. She's going to be walking us through all the modalities. And real quick too, I will be sharing the link where we can register for the masterclass. So Oiza will give us the details with regards to if there's going to be any rebate for people on the call right now to attend the masterclass. And definitely about the certificates, yes, we're going to get certificates after the end of the training. So I think we should allow Deji quickly get back to the session so he can wrap up and take a few more questions.
Okay. So thank you very much. I have to close that Excel screen. I don't know what went wrong. So my Excel, okay, fine. Let me quickly open up the file. I think I'm working with sales. Okay, I'm working with this. So let me just continue my section with that. Good. Now, I hope you can all see my screen again. Okay, very unfortunate.
We can see. Yes, we can see it, but no slides. We can only see you're projecting
Excel.
No, we can't see Excel. We can see Teams. That's the Teams interface.
Teams interface. No.
No, I can see Excel.
Showing up now. Yeah. Oh, you can see Excel. Oh, probably it's from my end. Okay. Please.
Admin, please, can you, I'm not able to chat, I'm not able to send questions. Please, admin, you blocked me from doing that. Please, admin, attend to that.
Okay.
All right. All right.
So, back to my screen. So, with what we have here, let's assume I want to quickly do nice visual. Apart from the normal inserts, pivot table, pivot chart, all these things we have here, there are lots and lots of tools here that you can use to come up with wonderful charts, wonderful illustration. You can even call up some beautiful tools that can help you. In fact, like sentiment analysis, I want to analyze my data with nice work. There are lots and lots of them here, but I'm not going into I want to quickly give a report to the management. And 3D map, we look at your data set and look for anywhere that has to do with region, state, location, address, longitude, latitude, zip code, area code. Once it sees anything like that, then it's going to help you convert that work into a graph. So let me quickly demonstrate that. I'm looking at the time. I have 15 more minutes, except the house asked me to continue. Okay, 3D map. Give me a 3D map.
Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So
Continue.
let me click 3D map. I want to build a 3D map for this work. The next thing it will ask me, go ahead. I want to start a new tour, because nowadays we don't just present reports, we tell a story of our reports. I want to tell a story on the data set that I am showing to you now. Immediately you click on insert and you click on 3D map, the next thing you will see is a map that looks like this. Can you see my screen? Are you seeing the map of the world?
Yes, Deji.
Yeah, okay, good. Now, the data set will automatically come up on the map. So, mind you, I'm still on Excel. You can see Excel at the top there, so that somebody knows I'm using AutoCAD. Okay, now, I don't want the map to be curved like a globe. I want to flatten my map, flatten the map up, bring it closer so that I can see, because I'm talking about Nigeria. Now, it's already telling me that I can see cities, I can see states. Which one do you want? Don't forget their location is so sensitive that he has identified the location on that data. I want to use state. I don't want to use the what? The city. Take out the city from this list. Only give me the what? The state. Now, I want the state to be mapped out. So, it has already mapped out the state for me. After mapping out the state, the next thing I want to see, this is a good report to tell me that in the country, we have not really covered the entire country. We've only covered good part of the country, but there are still some part of the country that we still need to touch. So that is this first report. I need another report. Can you give me a new scene? I told you we are telling a story. Scene 2, give me a new scene. This second scene, I don't want it like this. I want it like a bar. And I want the bar to be on top of each. The height, the bar should have an height. The height should be based on the profit we made from each of the location. This is another good report. Let me tilt it down a little bit so that we can see what is going on to the side a little bit. Now, we can see that this is our sales in some areas. Now, what is helping the sales? I need another scene. Give me another scene. This is the third scene. The third scene, don't just tell me the height. Can you go ahead and categorize that height based on the channel we are using? So this is a nice report. The areas that they are using more than one channel, they tend to perform very well. Where they are using just one channel, the sales, I'm getting insight in my data. I can use this to tell a nice story. Now, let me go back. Each of these scenes, if you look at it, is 10 seconds. Can you see 10 seconds there? 10 seconds for each of the scene. I don't want 10 seconds. I can go to setting and work on it. I can reduce the duration for this scene. I can give the scene a name. This one, call it coverage area. Coverage area. For this, okay, 10 seconds is okay. Effect, give me effect. Go with figure 8 effect. For this second one, 10 seconds. The name, let's call this sales. Is this sales I have here or profit? Profit by states. Profit by states. And also use the same effect. And finally, this one, profit by states and channel. Good. Now I'm done with this report. Now this is a nice report. At the end of this, I can continue to build this scene. There's no end to my scene, but I want to stop on 3C because I have 10 minutes more. Once I'm done, I can convert what I've done into a video and send the video to somebody and narrate my voice over the video. I can even do a live presentation. This is 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. So give me 30 seconds to present this to you. All I need to do during my presentation to the management, either online or physical, all I need to do is to click on what? Play tour. I don't need this part. I'm okay with what you've done for me. Play the tour. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to show you what we are doing in the country. We can see that our coverage area is about 60%. We still have some areas to cover in the country. Now let us see our sales as far as the country is concerned. Our sales is more pronounced in the southern part of the country. And what is helping our sales in this part of the country is to let the regional directors know that they need to patronize several channels. Can you see what is on my screen? Areas where they are patronizing just one channel, the sales is not that strong. But areas where they patronize more than one channel, the sales is perfect. Thank you for the short presentation. Now, this is how you tell a story around your data set. So let me go back to my data set. This is the map. This is my data set. So if I close the map, I don't have any problem. I can do a map and close, but just make sure you save your work. If you don't save your work, you lose the map. So I've saved my work. The map is still there. I can tell the story anytime, anywhere. So let me stop here and entertain questions. Oh, somebody has a question around trends. Oh, okay.
Okay. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. My question, sir, because
yes.
the admin still disabled me. So let me ask my question. Is it possible we get your I have two questions. Is it possible we have your phone number, your contact, your direct contact, Mr. Ayodeji, sir? Then the second question is the report we are looking at, like the master class that is coming up next week. Is it just in the business circle, or does it cover report for research, data analysis?
Good. Now, it's not just reporting. It's a complete Excel master course. I don't know. Kazim, do you have the content? Can you help me fly the content?
Yes, so I've just shared the link. If you look inside the chat, so there is a link, a URL to where you can see the content there.
Oh,
but we're not even just limiting it to that now. We're trying to make it as customized as possible, right? So we're going to be sharing a form now after the session. So you can fill the form and try to include what kind of topics, you would like to have covered in the course next week. I mean, you can't get any better trainer to train you in Excel. I can guarantee you that.
Thank you very much, Kazim, for mentioning that. Our style of training is a customized training. We really want to meet you at the point of your need. Our content is on the link as Kazim has shared with you, but the form is going to share with you is much more important to us than our content. So let's have all what you want us to deal with as far as Excel is concerned. So don't worry, you are in a good hand. Excel is what I do every day. So I don't think there's anything difficult in Excel. So let's get there and let's trash it up. Thank you very much for that question.
Yeah, Another question, please. I have a question. I went to my Excel sheet right now, and where we have the query and something that you showed earlier, I can't find it on my pivot. I just did a small pivot just now. I can't see that.
Okay, good. Now, look at my screen. If you insert a pivot table, if I insert the pivot table, observe the menus on my screen. I do not have analyze here. I don't have analyze on my screen. Can you see my screen? I don't have analyze there. But once I insert a pivot table, just give me the branch name against against price, for example. Now, can you see that there's analyze and design showing there? But watch me. If I come out of this, I will not see analyze and design again. Once I come back into this, I will see my analyze and design. So if you are in pivot table, then you'll be able to use it. Check it out, is there. Or which version, if you don't see it, confirm the version you have. You may not see analyze, but you might see options. So if you are using old version of Excel, it's the same thing. Another question, please. Okay, Kazim, can we have the detail about the full class?
All right. So I'm going to call in Oiza now. Oiza, are you there?
It's always exciting to have
So it's
Ayodeji
over
on.
to you now. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
when we have our webinars. So a very good day to everyone. Thank you once again for joining us today on this very power-packed Excel Masterclass webinar. For those unfamiliar with my voice, hello, this is Oiza. I mean, I would like to think that the session has been of great benefit to everyone who attended. So about the upcoming masterclass, it's titled Microsoft Excel Masterclass for Professionals and Business Managers. I think Kazim has put the details in the chat box, so you can just get there and get more information. It's going to be a 2-day online session on the 28th and 29th of July. That's next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Both days 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's fully packed, and Ayodeji is going to be delivering. I'm sure you're a bit familiar with his style. He's always exciting, he's always detailed, and you will always get value. So he's given a brief run through of that, and you can see on your screen more details about that. So if you go to the website, LASU CBT 18.com/Excel Masterclass, you can get the details there and you can book your seat. This upcoming masterclass is not free. It's 30,000, but because we're trying to have a better learning experience, as you can imagine, it's been a bit chaotic today. Slots are very limited, so we're trying to manage that. But if you make your payment right away, you get a 50% discount and you get direct access to Ayodeji for follow-up and everything. You can make your payment into, I'm going to say this a little slower now. You can make your payment into the following bank details. It's a Providus Bank account, account number 1300347006. So you pay 15,000 and you get the 2-day online masterclass Excel masterclass with Ayodeji. I'm going to say that again. That's Providus Bank 1300347006. You'll see it as LASU CBT 18 Limited. So you can go on the website, book your seats, and we're looking very excited to have you once again with us. So the dates again, 28th and 29th of July, next week, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Thorough, detailed, exciting, I mean, very beneficial for professionals, business managers, and research also for the person who asked. I mean, this is invaluable. You don't get any better than Ayodeji Folarin. Every time he comes on, it's exciting, it's different, and everyone always enjoys the class. So I think our details are also there if you have follow-up questions to contact us on. So Ayodeji, thank you once again. It's always a pleasure to have you, and we're very excited to have you again next week.
Thank you very much.
And just before we close out as well, I'd like to also mention that this is not the only course that we have on the offer. There are other courses as well. Some technical courses, Azure courses. We do plenty of Azure webinars as well. And if you can't make next week, so just kindly book your seat, or you send Oiza an email. So if you look in the chat box now, so there is email address for Oiza there, so you can email her, let her know what your requirements are, or even if you need the training before the set date, or you just want to have a group of your staff in the training, please feel free to email us. So you have Oiza email address there, or you can just do info@LASUCBT18.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if there's any last words from Ayodeji before we close out.
Okay, so what I just have to say is let's get prepared for a bigger show next week, and let's come with all our questions. Come prepared, come with all your questions, and let's take Microsoft Excel to the next level. And for those that have been interested in the professional exam, so we can actually take you through the process. So just let us know, send the same mail. If you are interested in taking to the next level, send the mail also to Oza, and let us hear your feedback and let us move it to the next level. Thank you very much.
All right, so it's a wrap now on today's episode, of the webinar. Again, for those asking for account number who cannot, make the payment online, I have the account number just in the chat box, and you would also see it on the page as well, the landing page for the masterclass next week. So thank you very much. So hope to see you in class next Tuesday. And from time to time, like I mentioned, we run these webinars. So please catch up with us again on one of our upcoming webinars. So thank you very much, Ayodeji, for sharing your time with us. And thank you everyone for tuning in.
Have a great weekend.
And continue to keep safe. Yeah. Thank you, Isa. Bye-bye.